Welcome back to BMB Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the latest developments in the romantic entanglements at Forrester Creations, where hearts are breaking and new connections are forming. Daphne's strategic move on Carter. In a surprising turn of events, Daphne Rose is making her intentions crystal clear when it comes to Carter Walton. Following his heartbreaking split with Hope Logan, Carter finds himself vulnerable and questioning his recent decisions. Daphne, ever the opportunist, sees this as the perfect moment to step into the picture and offer her unique brand of comfort and reassurance. "You deserve so much better than Hope," Daphne will confidently tell Carter, her eyes reflecting genuine concern mixed with unmistakable attraction. Their conversation will take place in Carter's office, where the evening light casts long shadows across his troubled face as he processes the end of his relationship with Hope. Daphne won't hesitate to validate Carter's difficult choice regarding the restoration of Forrester power, emphasizing that he made the right decision regardless of Hope's negative reaction. She'll paint a vivid picture of his future, one filled with success and happiness, now that he's freed himself from what she characterizes as Hope's limiting influence. The atmosphere between them will become charged with possibility as Daphne leans in, her perfume lingering in the air between them. Their previous kiss still fresh in both their memories, she'll seize the moment to initiate another intimate connection. The spoilers strongly suggest this romantic advance will result in a passionate embrace that might just be the beginning of something significant. Whether Carter is truly ready to move forward remains uncertain, but Daphne's unwavering support and clear romantic interest provide a tempting alternative to nursing his wounded heart alone. Her determination to show Carter a future with her instead of Hope could be exactly the distraction. Or perhaps the new beginning that he needs during this emotional time. Hope's rejection and Carter's emotional state. Carter Walton's world has been turned upside down following Hope Logan's definitive statement that their relationship is over. The usually confident and composed executive finds himself uncharacteristically dejected, sharing his disappointment with the sympathetic Daphne Rose. The rejection has hit Carter particularly hard, coming as it did after he made difficult business decisions that prioritized Forrester Creations' stability. His conversation with Daphne reveals the depth of his confusion. Torn between professional integrity and personal happiness, he chose the former only to lose the latter. "She said it's completely over between us," Carter will confess to Daphne, his voice carrying the weight of regret and uncertainty. The elegant office that once represented his professional achievements now feels hollow as he questions whether he made the right choice. Carter's emotional vulnerability creates the perfect opening for Daphne, who has been waiting in the wings, hoping for precisely this opportunity. Her attentive listening and understanding nods give Carter the validation he desperately needs in this moment of doubt. What makes this situation particularly poignant is Carter's history of romantic disappointments. After numerous failed relationships and heartbreaks, he had begun to hope that Hope represented a new chapter, one where professional and personal fulfillment might finally coexist. Now, with that dream shattered, he finds himself once again at a crossroads, with Daphne eagerly offering an alternative path. Ridge's momentous decision. The halls of Forrester Creations become the stage for a dramatic turning point as Ridge Forrester finally confronts the impossible choice between two women who have defined his romantic life for decades, Taylor Hayes and Brooke Logan. Brooke's recent reminder that Ridge cannot continue his pattern of emotional indecision has forced his hand. Standing in the elegantly appointed office that has witnessed countless dramatic moments in their shared history, Ridge must finally declare where his heart truly lies. Despite Brooke's heartfelt plea to recapture what they've lost, Ridge appears unmoved by her emotional appeal. The years of passion and drama that have characterized their relationship seem to have left him weary rather than nostalgic. The betrayal he feels from Brooke has created a wound that even their legendary connection cannot easily heal. "I will always care for you, Brooke," Ridge will likely say, his expression a complex mixture of regret and resolution. "But I've made a commitment to Taylor now." This decision represents more than just a romantic choice, it symbolizes Ridge's attempt to break the cycle of indecision that has defined his love life for years. Whether he can actually maintain this resolve remains highly questionable, given his well-established pattern of vacillating between these two women. Brooke's heartbreak and Taylor's triumph. The aftermath of Ridge's decision will send emotional shockwaves through the lives of both women who have loved him so devotedly. For Brooke Logan, his rejection will be a devastating blow to her hopes of reconciliation. The proud and passionate Brooke, who has weathered numerous storms in her relationship with Ridge, now faces the bitter reality that her recent efforts to win him back have failed. Her vulnerability in opening her heart once more makes the rejection all the more painful. In stark contrast, Taylor Hayes will experience the sweet taste of victory after years of playing second fiddle to Brooke and Ridge's affections. Her patience and persistence appear to have finally paid off, giving her the relationship she has longed for through many disappointments. "We can build something lasting this time," Taylor might say to Ridge, her face glowing with happiness and vindication. The psychiatrist who has analyzed so many relationships will now have the chance to put her theories into practice in her own life. However, both women are sophisticated enough to recognize Ridge's historical pattern. Taylor's celebration may be tempered by the knowledge that Ridge's decisions have rarely proven permanent, while Brooke's despair might be mitigated by the same understanding. The spoilers pointedly note the irony in Ridge's claim of lifelong commitment, given his well-documented history of romantic reversals. The future at Forrester Creations. These personal dramas unfold against the backdrop of Forrester Creations, where professional and romantic relationships have always been inextricably intertwined. The fashion house that serves as the centerpiece of these characters' lives continues to be both their professional arena and emotional battleground. For Carter, his position at the company now comes with additional complications. Having made decisions that prioritized Forrester's interests over his relationship with Hope, he must now navigate the awkwardness of potential workplace encounters while exploring whatever might develop with Daphne. Ridge's choice between Taylor and Brooke will inevitably affect the company dynamics as well. Both women have deep connections to Forrester Creations, and the ripple effects of Ridge's decision will be felt throughout the organization's hierarchy. As these storylines develop, the elegant offices and design studios of Forrester Creations will continue to serve as the perfect setting for the unfolding drama, a place where fashion and passion collide, creating the perfect storm of professional ambition and personal desire that has kept viewers captivated for decades. Next, we will learn about the explosive confrontation between Hope and Carter that's sending shockwaves through the halls of Forrester Creations, while Ridge finds himself torn between two women who have defined his life for decades. The cabin confrontation. Hope's fury unleashed the rustic cabin, once a sanctuary of love and understanding for Hope and Carter, has transformed into an emotional battleground. The wooden beams that witnessed their blossoming romance now bear silent witness to its potential demise. Carter Walton stands with shoulders slightly hunched, his normally confident posture diminished by the weight of Hope's accusatory glare. "What we have is worth fighting for," Carter pleads, his deep voice carrying a tremor of desperation rarely heard from the typically composed executive. The afternoon light filtering through the cabin windows casts dramatic shadows across his face, highlighting the anguish in his eyes. Hope Logan, however, is unmoved. Her delicate features have hardened into a mask of betrayal and indignation. "Your words are hollow," she spits back, her voice rising with each syllable. "You can't fix this because you broke it." Her hands gesture wildly, emphasizing the magnitude of his transgression. "And for what? A seat at the table with Ridge again?" The tension between them is palpable, thick enough to slice with the designer scissors from Hope's collection. Carter attempts to explain his impossible position, how he couldn't go on with the way things were, but his justifications fall on deaf ears. Hope's fury escalates as she dissects his betrayal, pointing out how Eric and Ridge played on his guilt, got him to tear up the LLC papers, and tore them apart at the same time. Carter's repeated apologies and vows that this won't be the end of them only seem to fuel Hope's anger. His assertion that they'll come back from this is met with scornful disbelief. The emotional chasm between them widens with each exchange, their body language telling a story of increasing disconnection, Carter leaning forward, desperately trying to bridge the gap, while Hope stands rigid, arms crossed defensively across her chest. "Our relationship is being tested," Carter offers weakly, to which Hope delivers a devastating counter, "You chose the Forresters over us." The accusation hangs in the air like a guillotine blade, threatening to sever whatever remains of their connection. In a last-ditch effort, Carter invokes the power of their love. "I love you. Don't close the door on us." His voice breaks slightly, revealing the depth of his emotional investment. "Try to understand. Try to forgive me, please." The plea resonates through the cabin, momentarily softening the harsh atmosphere. But Hope remains resolute in her assessment, "This destroyed us." Her declaration carries the weight of finality, though Carter refuses to accept it, insisting that she feels this way only because she's hurting. Hope's frustration boils over as she challenges his optimism. "But what? Are you hoping I'll wake up one day and forget this happened? I lost everything." Carter's desperate counter that he's right there only ignites Hope's rage further. "You weren't there for me," she shouts, her voice echoing off the cabin walls. The emotional temperature rises as Carter promises to convince Steffi to change her mind about Hope's position at Forrester, insisting that Steffi doesn't hate her, she hates what they did. The conversation takes a pivotal turn when Carter admits, "It was wrong, Hope. Why can't you see that?" His question reflects not just professional ethics but a fundamental moral divergence between them. Hope's retort is scathing, "Why can't you see that the only traitor standing there is you?" Her words cut deep, assigning blame squarely on his shoulders as the lawyer who knew about LLC papers. In a moment of painful clarity, Carter acknowledges his responsibility. "You supported me. We made this happen, and it was wrong." His admission that stealing the company wasn't right reveals his evolving perspective on their actions. The confrontation reaches its climax when Hope narrows her eyes, questioning if Carter believes she manipulated him. His denial and assertion that he's the one taking responsibility creates a final impasse. Carter's parting shot, that her mother sees the truth as well, and when Hope finally sees it, they can move forward, leaves the future of their relationship hanging by the thinnest of threads. Ridge's dilemma, caught between past and present. Meanwhile, in the main office of Forrester Creations, a different but equally intense drama unfolds. The sleek, modern space with its fashion sketches and fabric swatches serves as the backdrop for Ridge Forrester's moment of truth. The distinguished designer stands at an emotional crossroads, facing Brooke Logan's heartfelt plea for reconciliation. "Ridge, please," Brooke implores, her voice carrying decades of shared history. Her elegant features reflect vulnerability rarely displayed in the cutthroat fashion world. "You gave up on us, but now we have a chance to change things." The desperation in her tone reveals the depths of her feelings, as she confesses, "I don't want to live one more minute without you," followed by the hopeful question that hangs in the air, "I'm hoping you feel the same way." Ridge's response is measured, thoughtful, as he contemplates Brooke's desire to turn back time and return to their former happiness. His handsome face, lined with years of experience and emotional battles, betrays the conflict within. He methodically recaps how Hope made a lot of bad choices that affected them all, creating a connection between their personal estrangement and the professional chaos at Forrester. Brooke acknowledges her daughter's mistakes with remarkable candor, expressing regret while simultaneously holding on to the belief that they can recapture the magic they once shared. "Do you want that too?" she asks, her eyes searching his for any sign of the love she still feels. With remarkable emotional intelligence, Brooke addresses the elephant in the room, Ridge's relationship with Taylor. "I know you didn't turn to Taylor to hurt me, but it did hurt. It hurt a lot." The admission costs her pride, but she continues, revealing how the thought of him living with her at Eric's and building a life with her continues to cause her pain. In a moment of profound vulnerability, Brooke shares what sustained her through this difficult period. "What got me through was our love. I believe in it. It can get us through anything, even this." Her words hang in the air between them, a testament to her unwavering faith in their connection despite numerous setbacks and separations over the years. Ridge stands at the precipice of a decision that will affect not just his romantic future but the dynamics of the entire Forrester family and company. His silence speaks volumes about the magnitude of the choice before him: return to the passionate but tumultuous relationship with Brooke, or continue building a more stable but perhaps less exciting life with Taylor. The Forrester Alliance, celebrating victory. In the design office, a very different atmosphere prevails. Steffi Forrester and Daphne Rose clink water glasses in a toast to their victory, the clear liquid catching the light as they celebrate their strategic triumph. The spacious room, with its drawing tables and mannequins draped in luxurious fabrics, serves as the perfect setting for their moment of triumph. "None of this would have happened if not for you helping bring Carter around," Steffi acknowledges, her gratitude evident in her warm smile. The CEO's daughter exudes confidence and satisfaction, having successfully protected what she views as her family's rightful legacy. Daphne, modest in victory, suggests that Carter would have got there on his own, but Steffi dismisses this notion immediately. "Hope was in his ear," she declares with certainty, implying that Hope's influence over Carter had been the primary obstacle to their plans. Their celebration of Hope being out of the company reveals the depth of the professional rivalry that has now spilled over into personal territory. The celebratory atmosphere shifts slightly with Taylor's entrance. The elegant psychiatrist, whose professional life is dedicated to healing emotional wounds, now finds herself entangled in the very drama she might counsel others about. "I'm happy for you and your father," she tells Steffi, her maternal pride evident despite the complicated circumstances. The trio discusses Hope's dramatic exit, with Steffi dismissively noting that the Logans are big on dramatics, a comment that reveals the long-standing family rivalry that continues to influence Forrester dynamics. Taylor's inquiry about Carter and Brooke prompts Steffi to admit her mixed feelings about Carter's continued presence at the company, acknowledging that her mother likely shares this ambivalence. Taylor's pointed question about why Carter is allowed to stay when he played an instrumental role in making the whole thing happen introduces an ethical complexity to their victory celebration. Daphne jumps to Carter's defense, reframing his role: "Instrumental, yes. Carter was an instrument for Hope to get what she wanted." This characterization of Carter as a pawn rather than an active participant offers him a potential path to redemption within the Forrester fold. Steffi's acknowledgement of Daphne's contribution to saving Forrester cements the younger woman's position within their alliance. Daphne's continued defense of Carter, insisting that he would have gotten there on his own and hoping he'll send Hope packing, reveals her personal interest in Carter's romantic future. Taylor's final observation: "Given how she left, one has to wonder if it's the end for them," introduces a note of psychological insight into the celebration. The comment suggests that despite their professional victory, the personal fallout may be far from over, setting the stage for continued drama as these relationships evolve. The aftermath: relationships in flux. The emotional earthquakes at Forrester Creations have left no relationship untouched. Carter and Hope stand at a precipice, their once promising romance possibly beyond repair. His betrayal, choosing company loyalty over their relationship, has created a wound that may never heal. Hope's sense of having lost everything professionally and personally leaves her vulnerable yet defiant, while Carter's determination to make amends reveals his unwillingness to surrender without a fight. Ridge's decision between Brooke and Taylor will reverberate through the entire Forrester ecosystem. Brooke's heartfelt plea for reconciliation, balanced against his commitment to Taylor, places him in an impossible position that mirrors the professional dilemmas facing the company. His choice will inevitably create both winners and losers in the ongoing Logan-Forrester power struggle. Meanwhile, the alliance between Steffi and Daphne has strengthened through their shared victory. Steffi's position as defender of the Forrester legacy is secure for now, while Daphne's contribution has earned her a place in the inner circle. Taylor's presence adds a maternal dimension to this alliance, though her questions about Carter suggest she maintains a more nuanced view of the situation than her daughter. As these emotional dramas continue to unfold, the elegant offices and design studios of Forrester Creations will bear witness to new alliances, betrayals, and perhaps even reconciliations. In the world of high fashion and higher stakes, today's victory can become tomorrow's vulnerability, and those currently celebrating may soon find themselves defending against new threats to their happiness and security.